What's up, y'all? Tying another fly today. This one is going to be another amazing fly for catching trout. It's a basic nymph. There are many different ways you can tie this one, different colors and materials, but this is like a basic go-to nymph pattern for catching trout. With steelhead, you can probably catch all kinds of different species on this, but for where I'm at, this is going to be a go-to for trout. So, get your nymph hook, get your bead head. You can also tie this one without a bead head, but I like to tie mine with a bead because I'm fishing in the Rogue River and it helps get that fly down where it needs to be. So, start with a bead and then on a regular old nymph hook, get your thread started. I'm using an olive colored thread on this one. You'll see why when I'm done. The colors I chose for this nymph just goes better with it. So that's what I chose to do. Excuse me. I got something in my throat. Anyway, you're going to want to start with, this is going to be for ribbing material. You could use like a mylar, like a gold or silver tinsel. This is some kind of flash. So I'm going to grab, the threads are really small, so I'm going to grab a good 5 or 6 of them, start that on there, and like I said, it's going to be for your ribbing. So go ahead and snip off about 5 strands of this. It's got a really nice flash to it. That's why I chose to use this rather than the mylar tinsel like I've been using on the Prince Nymph and other flies that I tie. This has got a really cool flash to it. It has a really cool effect in the water. So start that on there, tie it all the way down to the end of the hook. Basically where the body's going to start. This is a nymph hook. You can do it on like a caddis hook as well, and it's going to have a different curvature to it, but on a nymph hook, kind of where the hook starts to bend is where I would start it, like I've got it on this one. But it's a good place to start. Then the body of the fly is going to be dubbing. You can use any color, any type of dubbing. I don't even know exactly what this kind is, but it's a natural brown with a little bit of flash in it. So get your dubbing on your line. A lot of guys will use like a dubbing wax. You can get away with not using anything, but I found, and I actually saw it on a video on YouTube that kind of gave me this idea, but lick your thumb and your finger and then twist it on there like you would normally put dubbing on, and it works really good. And you don't have to have that wax and it gets all like crusty looking, so this works just fine. So get started on there and you can continue to twist, get it nice and tight on the thread, and it'll make the body a little tighter or more even. So works pretty good. Give it a shot. You just lick your finger and your thumb, twist it on there. Works really good. Another tip that I can give for dubbing, I used to suck at putting dubbing on. So what you want to do is start out with a little bit. You can always add more. It's a lot easier to work a little bit at a time, and a little bit goes a long way with dubbing. I was always getting frustrated because I try to put on, all the dubbing that I would need for a fly at once, and it's just way too much to work with, and it's just a pain in the butt. So if you do it just little bit by little bit, you get a more even body. It's a lot easier to work with, and it works a lot better, you'll notice. So if you've been having issues with dubbing on a fly, go ahead and give that a shot. Use a very little bit amount. A little bit goes a long way. So just put it on there. You're going to want to, this fly kind of has a little bit of a taper to it, so you're going to want to put less at the bottom where the bend of the hook starts, and then work your way up to make a thicker body. Notice where I stopped with the thread. That's for a reason you will see here in a second, but you got the body done for the most part, so you're going to run that ribbing up like I am here. Get it to the end of the body and tie it off. Taking like 4, 5, 6 passes with it. Snip that off. Secure it a little bit better on there, and then you're going to grab a feather. Like I said in the beginning, the possibilities are endless for this. You can use any kind of material, any kind of feathers. For hackle, this is going to be some hackle to make the legs of the nymph. And I got a bunch of different hackle, so I just kind of grabbed one that I thought would look cool on this fly. And attach that on there. You'll see the one I picked here in a second. I always strip it back a little bit, you'll see right here. So I start at that, pull it back, it's kind of just spreads out the fibers a little bit, gives it more of an open look, makes the legs look a little more spread out and not as bunched up together. So go ahead and attach that on there, and you can do it one of two ways. I'm starting with the tip of the feather because I want the body to start, when I'm starting it here, I want the feathers towards the body to be smaller, the fibers to be smaller, and then as I go up to the bead, they get bigger. That's a more tapered look to the fly. I've also got hackle pliers on here. It makes it a little more easier to work the hackle. You can spin it in the right direction that you need to, and just makes it a little easier. You don't have to. Half the time I don't, but this one it felt necessary. So got to wrap the hackle up there, pull it back, secure it on there with a few wraps, and then snip off your tag end. That's what you're gonna have right there. Okay, almost done. The next part, after you get it nice and secured on there the way you want it, is you're gonna add a little more dubbing from the top of the body. And like I said before, this is a super simple fly and a very effective fly too. I mean, this catches trout year-round. Good fly to have in your box. And you can do multiple different types of colors and sizes, and with beads, without beads. So, like I've mentioned before, the possibilities are endless. So, put the rest of that dubbing on there up to the bead, and that's basically it. Kind of brush everything back, make sure it's even, make sure that's enough body material that you want, and then if it is, grab your whip finish tool, just add a nice whip finish to the fly, and everything is good to go. So catch you some trout. It's a great fly. And that's it. Just like that. Trim off your tag end. But you can add head cement or whatever to finish it off. But I've noticed you don't really need to. You put a good whip finish on there and it'll hold just fine. But there it is. Basic nymph for catching trout. Super simple. You can also take dubbing brush and brush it out too. There you go.